Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Babbling Irons video. Myself, Mike, and Sloth today for a keep or sell. There's a lot of players, well, there's quite a few players that are going to be out of contract this summer and next summer for 2024 and 2025. So we thought we'd quickly go through them and just give off opinions on whether we'd keep or sell. I feel like there's going to be a lot of one-way traffic on this one, but we'll start with a right back who has got back into the team recently, played in multiple positions, played winger, played centre mid. Ben Johnson, what would you do with him?
For me, I'd keep. We need homegrown players. So let's say, and let's be positive, we qualify for Europe to reach. I know, but if we were, we're going to need homegrown players, and he's basically one of only two we currently have registered within our first team. So it's vital we keep him because there's no other youth at the moment getting any minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think in last few weeks he's shown there is a desire from him to still be part of the team. He could have down tools and just said, "Oh, look, I'm just going to see out my contract and then go get a deal." I think he is trying to prove he's worth the money that he's asked for. So yeah, I would personally say keep.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the bonuses he brings and the requirements for the European competition, I think there is a player there that's never quite pushed on. But, as long as we can figure out a contract arrangement and hopefully add in a quality wing back either side, then it's not that big of a deal. I'd keep him.
I think as well. He said he wants to stay at West Ham, and I think he genuinely means that. So I think it'd be silly to let him go for free as well this summer, especially with the rebuild we're going to have on our hands once again. But another fullback, English, not really on the young side anymore. Cresswell, 34 now, I believe. He's out of contract in the summer. What do we do with him? Keep or sell?
Bin. Is there a bin option?
No, we're going to say sell. Well, not even sell. It's just
release.
Get rid. Release.
Just let him go.
Yeah. I also think we did him a little bit dirty this summer. We got him to agree a contract on the proviso we'd sell him. We then didn't sell him and we've hardly used him. So he's been a good servant. So I'm not going to be too critical when I could be. So release. Thanks for your service and good luck with all your future endeavours.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them.
I don't remember saying good luck.
Right. Next one, Ogbonna. He's out of contract this summer as well. Obviously, he's 35, so a year older than Cresswell.
Look, I'm gonna say leave, but with the caveat that we keep him on because I'd love him at the club. I'd love him to stay at the club. Keep him around the coaching staff. Hopefully, you can actually teach some of the centre backs who come in how to defend, because I can imagine he'd be pulling. Well, not his hair, his eyebrows, pulling his eyebrows out at Zuma and Aguerd at times this season. But I'd love him to stay on.
I agree with Slot. Like as a player, let him go, but I would like to see the club keep him around. Although he probably does see himself having another couple of years. And let's face it, if he goes back to Italy, he's still but a young whippersnapper. So he's still got probably a good few years in him if he goes back to Italy. But I'd love to see him remain at the club. In a kind of coaching capacity. However, I think he probably not quite ready to hang up his boots. So I'd say release.
Yeah, agreed. I think, he's been another one that's been excellent for us. And, he's been here almost 10 years, which is crazy to think about, really. Another one, a young player out of contract, Divine Mubama. Obviously, people have their split differences on Mubama at the moment, whether he's good enough, whether he deserves the contract, whether he deserves the numbers he's asking for in his wages. What would you do with this situation?
He's young. Give him a contract, get him out on loan, get him playing minutes, and if he doesn't perform most of minutes, then sell, and then you've made money. Letting him go for free and then seeing what a tribunal gives as a fee is ridiculous. At least put us in the masters of our own destiny on a future fee we can get for him.
Yeah.
Completely agree with Mike. I think he's been incredibly unfortunate that he's not being given game time. I think you look at the potential he has, and even just last season, he had that goal very harshly ruled out against Brentford. If that goes on, you're potentially looking at a player with a lot more confidence. or even potentially a lot more clubs interested in him on loan. So
Close the Burnley game this season as well. Another vital win.
I would keep him, and I would loan him out. I think it would be daft not to.
Yeah, agreed. Another one that's on the older side, out now 33, Antonio. I know we have the option for a further year, so could go out to next summer. But would you be looking to keep or sell him?
Again, for me, I would be selling him. However, I'd be taking that 1 year extension, so we have the ability to try and get some money out of it, even if it's only 3 or 4 million. It's not much, but it's money. So, when you're looking to rebuild as we are, every little bit of money counts. So, or why not use that money and put it towards, a really high quality youth player to go in? If you don't think it's going to be worth going into the first team, put that money into a high quality youth player that you can develop. So Mickey's been great for us over the years. However, he's constantly talking about leaving and potentially wanting to go as well. So I would extend the contract if the option's there and then look to sell him in the summer.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. He's just lost that pace. He's just lost a lot of his physical attributes that made him a nightmare.
He's still a quick player, but his
I don't know.
decision making and his finishing, they leave a lot to be desired.
He's not good enough to play striker for us. That's the bottom line of it. We need a complete overhaul as in the striker department. And yeah, as you said, he's been fantastic for us. But yeah, if we can get a few million out of it, it's a good deal. Vladimir Coufal, he's also one that's out. Yeah,
very, very simple decision. I think you keep him, but you want to. Well, we'll potentially be looking at 3 right backs next year because hopefully we're going to go out and buy a wing back, a quality wing back. But I think he's got all the attitude. He clearly likes the club, and he's exactly the kind of player that you want to see in a West Ham shirt. Is everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't break the bank, so I'd keep him around, and hopefully we can finally start to rotate players in, and he can be a key part of that.
Yeah, I think he's already got that extension kind of triggered. He only has 1 year left, so if his heart's not in signing a new contract next year, then I would say if we get a decent offer, then take it. However, I would be in no rush to sell Coufal. I'd quite happily give him another 1 to 2 years. Just to kind of give us that option that if we do choose to sell in a year or two's time, we can. But it's not one of those ones that I look at and go, "Oh no, look, we have to release," or so on. I think it's just we continue as we are. I think with Coufal, unless we get something decent as an offer, then is the only time I'd look to sell. I wouldn't actively be looking to do it.
Yeah, agreed. We have a few players as well that are going to be out of contract in 2025 without the options. So. First up, Kurt Zouma. What would we be looking to do with him?
Look, I'd be parting ways, and that's
agreed.
I think it's just gotten to that point in his career. I think after the horrific incident at his home as well, he's probably questioning a few things. I think capitalize on his still quite high esteem in the game, and hopefully best for both parties. He gets a move.
Still only 29. Crazy.
Yeah. I think he can get a decent fee to a Saudi league. I think that's probably where he'll go. There was apparently interest in the summer, and we rejected a decent fee for him in the summer because of wanting to make him a captain. So with a year left and the injuries, I think it's time to say thanks very much, Kurt, but you can't be trusted. So let's take some money for it and let's go and find ourselves a new starting centre back.
Yeah, he's just on too high wages for what he's offering now, for the amount of games he's playing and also his performances. You can tell he's just not right with that knee. So it makes sense to try and sell him earlier rather than later.
He doesn't even walk right.
Exactly.
He can't walk right, and even when he's on the pitch, he looks injured the moment he's on the pitch. Yeah. So I think for West Ham, it's best to do that, and probably best for him and his career and long-term health to go to a league which is less impactful anyway. So I think all concerned, it's a good idea.
Yep. Okay. Last two. Number one, Danny Ings.
Do we even need to have this conversation? I think we all know what this one is, right?
Yeah. We'd sell Danny Ings, especially for the wages he's on. It's crazy.
It's mad to think that when we're talking about players we can potentially move on, you're talking about probably a good 600,000-700,000 pounds of wages.
Yeah,
that's
a lot.
That's a real red flag.
Okay, well, last one. Super Fab. He's 38 at the moment, so he'll probably be around 40 by the time his contract ends. What would we be looking to do with that one? Keep it? Is it one of those where we keep him on in a coaching role?
Willing to stay as a second choice, then keep him. If he wants to play more games, then yeah, look, move him on and try and find a cheap or a free English goalkeeper to boost our homegrown. I think it's simple as that. If he wants game time, move him on. Even look at young Hedgie, for instance, promote him. He'll be homegrown next year. So maybe bringing him into the fold. And again, it's a homegrown player, also be a club trained player. So, if he's as good as the talks are around Hedgie, then maybe it's time to bring him in as a second choice. Or again, if you're going to put him out on loan, then keep Fabianski, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think we know his family love the club. His son's apparently mad about the club. I'd love to keep him on a coaching capacity, but as you say, it comes down to what he wants, because if he wants more time, I don't think we're the right club for him anymore.
Yeah, I think some players, you respect their decision. He's one of those, like Ogbonna, if they're the kind of, look, I want to play minutes, and it's like, okay, we won't stand in your way. You've been a good servant to the club. Off you go. But if they're kind of, look, I'm happy just to be around the club. If you still want me as a player, I'm happy to be here. Or if they're like, I'll happily be a coach and hang around, then I've got certain players I think deserve that kind of time and respect. And I think Fabianski are probably those two players that
we've been quite poor at that as a club in general over the past few years as well. So I think that's something that the fans would like to see.
Yep, definitely. And that's it. Those are the ones that are out 2024, 2025. Quite a lot of wages there, as we mentioned, quite a lot of dead wood. So yeah, this summer's going to be big. It's going to be a big summer, I think, as well, with the managerial situation, which we'll touch on another video. But yeah, there could be a lot of change once again in the summer transfer window for West Ham. So yeah, make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Let us know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Would you keep any of the players we sold, and vice versa? And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And lads, until next time.
Come on, you are.